All right, this is awkward and unusual, so get ready for the awkwardness. But thanks, Will, for being here.
I'm entering in the draw.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you're ready. All right, okay. Well,
You guys know Jim Courier, right?
I'm Jim Courier. I've never been in this room before. This
Part
is a
of
new
one of the
interview.
greatest Davis Cup teams of all time.
I was the water boy.
Water boy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who else was on the team?
Jim Courier.
Yep.
Andre Agassi.
Yep.
Pete Sampras.
Yep. Last name McIntosh.
Oh yeah, McIntosh. John McIntosh. Rick Leach.
Rick Leach, yeah.
Double specialist.
That's right. That's right.
Coached by Tom Gorman.
Look. Didn't set it up.
No one cares.
All right, here we go. All right, let's get into this.
No
because
one of the Australian media cares.
This man needs to get out and watch some tennis. So thanks for being here with us.
Sure.
First of all. Well,
Yes.
what inspired you to make the trip here to the Australian Open?
I had a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Good.
And I need to get rid of them. No, I'm a big tennis fan, and I've just with some friends of ours, one of which is married to an Aussie, and we thought,
Oh, cool.
what are you doing in January? Let's go check out the Australian Open.
Yeah.
And it has exceeded expectations in terms of, obviously, what an amazing venue, Melbourne, great city, and some amazing matches so far, yeah.
What else have you guys done besides the tennis? Have you gotten out and about to see a little bit of the country?
Been to the Yarra Valley.
Yeah.
In fact, in between the end of the day session and the beginning of the evening session, we just go straight to the Yarra Valley.
Yeah, well, don't go into the Yarra River. I've done that. It's not good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, don't do that.
And you were sick for like a week.
Well, I used to
right?
have dark hair, and I was real tan, and this is what happens when you do that. What matches have you been digging? Like, who have you really enjoyed seeing here?
The Wozniacki match yesterday was, kind of the perfect metaphor for just how tough it is, even when you're up 5-1.
Yeah.
And in fact, I turned to my wife and I said, if she can get it to 5-3, she has a chance to win this whole thing. Of course, we were there last night to see Macca, as the Aussies were calling him, which I hope he understood that was a nickname.
Yeah. Your accent's spot on.
Yeah,
of course.
thank you. And that was Dimitrov, I think, despite last night, I think is still one of the favorites to win the whole thing.
Yeah,
I believe
I agree.
We saw Federer play, and we saw Nadal yesterday, so getting to see some
Checked
great
a lot
tennis.
of boxes.
Yeah.
You guys leaving soon?
We're leaving tomorrow,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, sorry guys.
Yeah. Tournament's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you play in charity tennis events with some pros, right? I mean,
Right.
What's your game all about? I've never played with you, so tell us a little bit about it. Your best shot?
I have a power game, which means I can hit it really hard. It doesn't mean that it's going to go in.
Right.
But I don't have much of a backhand. I run around the backhand constantly.
I'm the president of that club, so.
And if I can get a first serve in, it's heaven.
Heaven.
Yeah.
All right, I agree.
Yeah.
Who's the best tennis playing celeb out there? You live in LA. There are a lot of them that like to play, right?
Oddly enough, Taylor Swift.
T Swifty?
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
She's incredible.
That escalated quickly.
I'm just making things up here.
Yeah. Well,
Rihanna's really good too.
how long did it take you to get over the realization that maybe tennis wasn't going to be a career path for you, and that perhaps being a Hollywood juggernaut might be the way to go?
Well, I grew up self-taught, hitting. I think I had a Wilson wood racket that you put in the frame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeze it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Against the back of the racquetball court.
Yeah.
So no, tennis was never. I knew it was just going to be for fun only. And so I didn't set my goals too high with that.
So you entertained us the other night with Roger Federer on the court. Had you met Roger before?
Did you notice Roger's body language?
Well,
he's a little afraid of me.
Well, look, he's a total.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a total jerk.
He
We know that
leaned
about
way
him.
back, like, what is this guy gonna do? And no, that was great fun. I could have gone on for a lot longer, but I could tell McEnroe gave me the look.
Yeah, I mean, did you
Wrap it
realize
up.
that you probably realized Mac needed some help from the greatest anchorman of all time, right? I mean, did you get the early wave in?
I just took it upon myself to run onto a court of a Grand Slam despite security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
overcame that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do that occasionally, not evade security, but
right,
I do
right. You
interviews.
do the interview. Yeah.
Tough to come up with the questions for
It
me.
is,
How
right?
hard was it for you? How long did it take for you to get that thing going?
Well, I was kind of sitting in my seat thinking, what are the fun things I wanted to ask Roger Federer about?
Yeah.
I forgot to ask him if that was his real hair or a wig, because he's got such luxurious hair.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, he's never been in the era.
He's never been exactly.
Yeah. You've done a ton of sports movies. Some of my favorites: Blades of
Right.
Glory, Talladega Nights. Obvious question. That's what I do. When's a tennis movie coming?
Tennis movie. I would probably have to play a coach. I'm probably past my prime to play a player, unless I'm, 50-year-old guy trying to make the circuit again.
Comeback stories are
Maybe
always
comeback
popular.
story. Yeah. There's nothing in the works right now.
No?
But my visit to the Open here may inspire me to make an Australian
Nice.
tennis movie.
What are you working on now? So what's next?
Right now, I'm. That's part of the reason why I wanted to hold this press conference. I'm retiring. So, yeah, I'm done. I've kind of done all the movies I want to do, and it's a great way to go out.
I think Novak Djokovic is looking for one more team member, so maybe you could jump in with
Okay,
Andre
I'll play
and
with
Roddick.
I'll play with Djokovic. Yeah,
Okay,
sure,
all right.
sure.
So, when they eventually make the movie about Will Ferrell,
Right.
who's going to play Will Ferrell? Who should play Will Ferrell?
Who should play it's
Not Taylor Swift.
Not Taylor Swift. Someone devastatingly handsome, but they have to be a really good actor too. Maybe Ryan Gosling. That'd be a good choice.
He's probably going to have to work on his abs a little bit to get there.
Because it takes a lot of work to get
Yeah.
what I have.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of trips to the Yarra Valley.
Well, on that note, I mean, several of your characters in movies end up running around
Shirtless?
in their underwear.
Yeah. Right. Sure.
So it begs the question, since you're such a
Yeah.
tennis fan, when are you going to put one of those characters in Bjorn Borg underwear? It is the finest underwear out there.
Does it still exist?
Oh, it does.
Does Borg still have
It's the only underwear that Johnny Mac wears, and that is true. That is honest to goodness true.
I could only be so lucky to have Bjorn sponsor a movie of mine.
We'll hook it up.
Yeah.
We'll hook it up.
Yeah.
All right. Who rocks a headband better? You, Bjorn, Johnny Mac? I mean, are you the best in the business?
I think that iconic photo of Borg and McEnroe with the headbands, that's hard to beat.
Sure.
Yeah.
They don't have your locks.
I need to grow it out a little
Get
bit
the
more.
fro going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a couple of quick questions. They probably, you get the first one. Does Wombat taste like chicken? I've always wondered.
No. It tastes like Wombat. Yeah. It's a very sinewy, tough meat. Yeah. Yeah.
And my last question before the pros will get a hold of you. They won't get this one, but does tennis need more cowbell? Because I think it does.
It does for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Will Ferrell is all yours.
Will, in your time in Australia, can you give us something that you really like and something that maybe confused you or that you could improve?
In a general sense, let's see. Well, I mean, the people are obviously some of the most friendly people, that you'll come across. What can be improved? I think driving on the wrong side of the road needs to be switched. It's very hard to drive over here for me. Yeah. So if that could be, that's probably an easy thing to fix, right?
Do you find the accents confusing?
Not really. No, I think, sometimes someone has a really thick accent where you have to go, I'm sorry. Well, what did you just say? Yeah.
Who's better at karate out of you and Jim? And have you had time to practice since you've been here?
Are you proficient in karate?
No, more
You're
in the
more of
Craig
a-
McGraw
you're-
guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm more of a taekwondo.
Right.
Taekwondo. Yeah. So, karate's passe. Yeah.
I don't like wearing a belt.
Well, I think a few years ago there was talk of you playing the part of Bobby Riggs in another film about Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah, right.
What happened to that, and what did you make of the
Steve
current
Ferrell
film?
beat me to the punch. Yeah. It was, as is the case a lot of times in Hollywood, there were two competing projects, and we found out they were already filming it. And plus, the only thing I kept bringing up was that I'm 6'3", and Bobby Riggs was, what,
5'8".
5'8"?
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
Something like that.
is anyone going to have an issue with that? And everyone kept saying, don't worry about it. No, I actually, believe it or not, saw that movie on the plane coming down here, and I thought they did a great job. And Carell's a great pal, and I thought it was really interesting the storyline that they chose to kind of articulate, and yeah, enjoyed
Would
it.
you like to have played the part of Riggs?
I would have loved to. Yeah, I mean, I think he was a fascinating character, and a lot of questions, a lot of storylines circulated, that famous match. As the off the court story was pretty intriguing, I thought. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to explore Melbourne, and have people been recognising you, or have you been going incognito?
You know what? No one's recognizing me, and I'm really upset by that. So I've been walking through the streets dressed as many of the characters I've played in films, and people still aren't recognizing me. So that's been a little disappointing. Yeah.
How do you go in this hot weather? We've got 38 today, 39 tomorrow, and I guess have you got any tips for anyone looking to stay cool today?
Everyone says hydrate. I don't drink any fluids. And except for, I drink a lot of clam chowder. I don't know if you guys call it down here clam chowder. Hot, thick soups. That's the way to go. And hot milk. Yes. Yeah.
So what are your tips for evading security?
Just let them know ahead of time that you're going to walk on the court. Yeah. I wouldn't.
Who do you think is going to win?
The entire. It's hard to pick against Federer. I think that's what's so exciting right now about men's and women's tennis. It's never been more wide open. So I don't know. Jim would be better to answer that question.
Federer's never lost when he's been interviewed by Ron Burgundy.
Oh, okay. So there, yeah.
So.
And as far as the women, who do you like?
Whew, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
How's Halep's ankle going to recover? That's a big question mark. Svitolina has question marks. I mean, we'll just keep talking around in circles and not give you an answer. It's what I do.
One more after that.
Yeah, Wozniacki, you mentioned the Wozniacki game yesterday.
Right.
She's the top seed this year. How do you see her chances of finally winning her
Well,
first
she's
Grand
not
Slam?
the top seed.
No, but she's one of them. She's
one of them. Yeah. Okay.
Number 2
Nice
seed.
try. Wait.
But she was in big problems yesterday.
Yeah.
But she.
But
came
yeah,
out.
I mean, I think it just shows the mental side of the game and how she was able to kind of draw on her experience. It's funny how when a less experienced player is up 5-1 in the final set, they're almost, the pressure's on them to close it out. And you knew she was just sitting there going, okay, if I just get one game, try to get another. Otherwise, no one expects me to win at this point. And so it was just fun to see her kind of slow the game down and draw on that.
As a professional sports broadcaster, what tip would Ron give Jim for post-match interviews?
Ron would probably tell Jim to be a little more inebriated. Yeah, in his post-match. That's where Ron Burgundy draws his strength.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Little wombat for you.
Oh, little wombat. Yeah. They look delicious, don't they?
Thank Thank you.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you, everyone.
All right, special guest Will Ferrell hanging out with a Wombat and Jim Courier. Really cool to see Ron Burgundy himself hanging out at the Australian Open. Let's go ahead and get back to the tennis now. We're going inside the radio bunker, AO Radio. It's Pete Mercado and Chanda Rubin following the Maria Sharapova match. Sharapova up 1 set on Sevastova.
And other players and people in the sport immersed in it, they know who's coming.
Yeah.
The crowd really appreciating Sevastova getting into